Unless your name is Jeff Bezos, I think it's fair to say that 2020 hasn't really been the best year, but for a more detailed summary on that, I'd head to Chris's second channel because he did a good video summarising kind of what went wrong. But instead of throwing more negativity onto the fire that is 2020, I thought it might be nice to try and recap some of the positives. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 moments from this year. So for number 10, I've chosen restarting my YouTube channel. This was a decision that I made near the start of March this year. I remember being sat there applying for some job. I think it was like some graduate scheme for like a digital marketing thing. On the application, I was trying to write about like my experience with YouTube and like how my work with Chris and on my own channel might translate to this job. And I was just remembering the feeling of excitement that I used to get when I'd worked really hard on a video and I'd finally got to upload it, and just watching like the comments come in and like watching the views go up. And I was just thinking, I do still have about 100,000 subscribers on my channel, and without like uni or schoolwork, I can actually really focus my time on it, so I decided to give it another go, and I'm so glad that I did. The first video I made when I came back, the last 3 years of my life in 4.5 minutes video, that was actually my first time using Premiere Pro, and it was just the first time I'd edited anything in absolutely ages, so that video actually took me about a month to edit, despite it only being about 4 minutes long, but I am actually starting to speed things up now. For number 9, I've chosen my making of Nerf War 4 video. I made this video near the end of October, but it's actually something that I'd wanted to do for about 1.5 years, and I just never got around to it because I either didn't have time or I didn't have access to the footage. Back in 2018, when we were actually making Nerf War 4, I did a lot of basic editing on the project. So I basically took all the footage from the week, and I then cut it down to basically just the best takes and the ones that would actually make it into the video. And even back then, I knew that there were just loads of bloopers in there that just kind of had to be shared with the world, because they were just really funny. I think Chris would have made a behind the scenes or blooper video himself, kind of similar to his World Cup trick shots video, but unfortunately Nerf War 4 didn't quite get the views that we were hoping for, so Chris decided to move on with his life, but I thought it would still be funny to make this kind of behind the scenes blooper video, and I'm just really glad I did. I promise these aren't all YouTube related, it's just most of what I did this year. Brexit FC was pretty much the first idea I had when I knew I wanted to restart YouTube. I was really excited when doing this, but I was also really nervous because I was just worried like if I would actually be good enough on camera and if it would just be funny enough. Because it would have absolutely killed me to be watching back the footage and just thinking this is terrible. But it got such a positive reception from you guys, and I actually had friends messaging me afterwards saying like they don't play Football Manager but they enjoyed the videos. And that's basically what I was after when I set out to make it, because I know Football Manager's perhaps a bit of a niche game, but I just thought the concept of like Brexit FC would just be funny to general football fans. But yeah, I really enjoyed making those, and I can confirm that Brexit FC will be returning in January next year with the new Football Manager, so look forward to that. So as some of you may know, my family is divided between Arsenal and Leeds fans. And even though I technically fell on the Leeds side, when I was really young, Chris basically managed to convert me to an Arsenal fan. And by the time my dad realised what was happening, it was already too late. But that being said, I do see Leeds as like my second team, so I do try to watch them, support them when I can. I actually celebrated Pablo Hernandez's goal against Swansea more than I celebrate most Arsenal goals. Leeds fans, you'll know what I'm on about. But yeah, Leeds getting promoted was an amazing feeling, and I look forward to seeing them getting back to where they belong. As I kind of mentioned in my first video back, for some reason Georgia decided to become my girlfriend on the 28th of February in 2019. So on that date this year, it was our first anniversary. Come and say hi. I'm talking about point 6, which was our first anniversary.
Wait, we're together?
Do you remember what we actually did in the day?
I don't know, let me look at my Snapchat memories from that day.
28th of February.
It's the 27th actually.
What?
Oh, it's the 27th!
Who's that knocking at the door? Yes. It's death.
So it was the 27th of February 2019. We didn't do too much in the day because we were both busy and working. We went out for a nice meal in the evening, and then we went somewhere we hadn't been before for drinks, and it just turned out to be really nice. On a slightly sadder note, I also remember the night because it was when Arsenal got kicked out of the Europa League by Olympiacos, but I'm just glad I didn't stay home to watch that one. For point number 5, I've put Arsenal winning the FA Cup. I don't think I need to say too much about why this is one of the highlights of the year for me. It's always great winning the FA Cup, and especially after such a tough season. I was quietly optimistic about the game beforehand because recently we'd played well against Man City and Liverpool. And then as the plastic fan I am, I obviously lost all hope as soon as PhiloSofie scored after, what was it, like 5 or 10 minutes? But then obviously Aubameyang did what Aubameyang does best and we managed to win. And after the game had finished, I basically spent the rest of the afternoon playing pro clubs with my friends while slightly tipsy, but it was just an amazing day. If you don't hear from me for a while, it's probably because Georgia found out that I put this above our anniversary and I'm probably lying dead in a ditch somewhere. For point number 4, I've chosen my birthday this year. Even though I didn't actually do too much, it stood out to me for a couple of reasons. The main reason for this is actually because Georgia had just come back to Nottingham, because when COVID kicked in, obviously a lot of uni students went home, and she'd been gone for about 3 months, and yeah, she'd pretty much just got back before my birthday. So yeah, it was just really nice to have her back. I remember spending the first half of the day basically just finishing and uploading the last Brexit FC video, and Georgia had made me this amazing birthday cake. It was a chocolate orange marble cake with like chocolate fudge icing. I'll put some photos up because it was just amazing. But then in the evening, we obviously couldn't do too much because of COVID, but we just kind of sat in and watched TV, and I remember I got to watch Arsenal beat Southampton 2-0, which was a nice little birthday present. So we're down to the top 3 moments of the year for me now, and for number 3, I've decided to put the emergence of Among Us. Now this one's probably a bit of a surprise inclusion, but because of all the fun I've had over like the last couple of months, it's well and truly worthy of that number 3 spot. I still remember my first time playing it. It was with Chris, Kelly and Shannon, and I think a couple of other friends, and we were just like, we didn't know what we were doing, we didn't know the maps or anything, we were just having fun and just messing around with like random people. I still remember Chris just kept on getting me ejected for like stupid reasons, and it was fun for everyone else. I've been playing with those guys and a couple of other friends pretty much like a few times a week for the last month or so, and I've just had so much fun with it, and yeah, I'm happy to give it the number 3 spot.
You can actually pinpoint the second when
Shannon snaps.
You didn't cook it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
just
personally
terrible
attacking
at
you.
choosing and...
Shut up! I'm trying to make this
Kelly
situation
literally
better.
couldn't tell you what she'd ordered.
This one's probably a bit less of a surprise, but for number 2, I've gone with my takeaway video. I know the concept of ordering takeaway wasn't entirely original on YouTube, but the idea of like a couple of us ordering for each other and just getting to be as nice or nasty as we wanted was something that just came to me one day. I still remember telling Chris about the idea and him saying that he thought it was a really good one, and then I managed to get Kelly and Shannon involved, and the video just came out so well. But after it did so well, Chris actually did ask me, I mean, as if I could have stopped him, but he did ask me if he could do his own version, but like putting his own twist on it, and then obviously that one did really well. But then obviously the E-Boys decided to nab it from Chris, and then after that the Sidemen did their own video on it, and I honestly just think it's amazing like how far the concept has gone. To think that this idea that I just came up with one day has had like such a wide impact on YouTube, it's honestly such a surreal feeling, and it's honestly amazing, and yeah, it's the second best thing to happen to me this year. And finally, for my top moment of 2020, I've simply got moving in with Georgia. We knew that Georgia was going to be going into her final year of uni this year, and we had said previously, like, as long as we don't hate each other by this point, then we'd like to move in together. As you can probably tell, we don't yet hate each other. We moved in together sometime in July, and honestly, just the last, like, 5 months of living with Georgia have just been amazing. I can only hope the feeling's mutual. There's not really too much more I can say about it, to be honest, but yeah, it's just been the best part of 2020 for me, and it's made what was otherwise probably going to be a pretty rubbish year into a decent one. But yeah, there you have my top 10 moments of 2020. I want to say a massive thank you to Chris for giving me this platform. I want to say a massive thank you to you guys for actually watching these videos and making them possible. And finally, I want to thank Chris, Kelly, Shannon, Georgia and Will for actually appearing in my videos this year. I hope you guys can also manage to pull some positives out of this year. But yeah, hopefully the next one will be better. Thank you all so much again for watching, and I will see you again later.